So a little bit about me and what I've been working on. So as John mentioned, I'm part of the Solid Core open source team, which is a project that actually originated right here at MIT, and where I work directly with Tim Berners-Lee, who invented such things as the web, really on his vision to fix the web. So not a big deal at all. It's not a hard project. But really, what does that mean? So as Tim likes to say, we're trying to re-decentralize the web. When the web was first created, data was really spread out. It was one of the first decentralized adopted systems. But now all this information is being kind of consolidated into these central points. And that wasn't part of the vision, and we're trying to fix that by taking data out of these central places and returning it back to the people that it belongs to you. But security is really not enough, because what good is safe data if you can't extract the full value out of it? You have to be able to give people something better. And so at Solid, we really have two responsibilities. So number one is to protect people's data, to make it safe for them and allow them to control how it's used. But then you also have to put it to work for them. And I'm actually really glad that Ramesh went prior to me, and Sub as well, because those were talking about how you can put data to work for you, because when you do that, then you can actually unleash the full potential of it. So it's not good enough today to just talk about how we need to make data not centralized. We also have to talk about how we can make it do better things. And that's what we're doing at Solid. So since I only have a few minutes, and Sandy's going to chase me off stage if I go over that, what are the three things that you need to know about Solid? So in its simplest sense, we're taking data out of these central places, and we're putting into these pods that are stored on the web, and all of your data gets brought into these pods, and you get to decide and control who you're going to share that data with. And given consent, applications can access data in your pod. You can store any kind of data in a Solid pod, and as Tim likes to say, you can link anything to anything. And most importantly, Solid is built on the web with open web standards, which means anyone can use it, and it works today. There doesn't need to be new infrastructure in place for it to work. And this won't be popular, but it is not a blockchain because it's built on the web. However, it is compatible, because it's the first thing I always get asked. So is it a blockchain? Well, it's built on the web, but you can integrate or incorporate blockchain at the identity layer or at the storage layer. But really, we've just talked about taking data that's in other places and just putting it in a place that you control. You're not really putting it to work for you yet. So how does Solid do that? Because I think that's where things get really exciting. So the real problem with centralized data, more than anything else, is that it's hard to use. It's in all of these different silos. And if you want to try to use different data from different places, you have to do all this work. You have to do all this API integration work. And you have to do it specifically for everything that you want to talk to. And that's really painful. And effectively, what that means is that even though all of this data is yours, if you want to use all of it together, you're probably not going to be able to, or you're going to have to do a lot of work to do that. And that's a really sad state of affairs. Look how sad that dog is. That's what it's like. So in Solid, instead of having all of your data in all of these silos that have barriers up, you're consolidating it down into your pod and bringing it into one place, which means that applications can be granted access to the full spectrum of data in the pod. And the context of how those things are related is there too, in a graph. And that graph makes it really conducive to things like machine learning and artificial intelligence, because machines can understand it. And different applications can read and write the same data safely with no integration necessary. And we're applying this in the real world today. My company at Gennaro Digital and Tim's company, Interrupt, and we're solving problems across telecom and healthcare. And I would love to talk to you about those. It would take a lot of time, and I'm about to get kicked off. So you can find me in the audience, and I'll tell you all about it. Thanks.